Hello, boys and girls. Back at you. Where has Steveo been? Where have I been? Thank you for the prayers, because I needed those. Yeah, we had this carotid artery opened up on December 16, and everything went hunky-dory. And I had a lot of people asking me, how did you even find out that you were getting clogged arteries? Well, the story goes, year ago, I was cutting a lot of backer board, quarter-inch backer board for beehive tops, and you have to use a scribing tool for that. And you dig in deep, and you scribe it, and you snap it, right? It's a cement board. Well, I did a bunch of them that day. My voice is still a little from this operation because they're cutting into your neck, right close to your vocal cords and all that. And then, see, this is the side I just had done on February 3. It's trying to heal up. It's pretty traumatic. It's quite traumatic. But I knew that going in anyway. So I'd done all those backer boards, and then the next morning I took Miss Daisy to the diner, and I was sitting there having breakfast, and I apparently tweaked a tendon in this shoulder when I was scribing. And what happened, I was getting some tingling going in here into my neck. And I was getting a little face numb here also. And I was sitting there telling her, I said, this is weird. I said, I'm actually having like stroke symptoms, I think. You know, with the in the neck area and going in, numbness in the face a little. She said, let's go. Where are we going? ER. So went to ER, walked in there, lady sitting there. Can I help you, sir? I said, I think I'm having stroke symptoms. Sit down in that chair. Sit down in that wheelchair. Sit down in there. She's on the horn. Here the people come. They're checking me. Things were checking out good. Blood pressure, everything checking pretty good. And then they wheel me off down there, back in there toward the other stations where they're putting people up, and start doing tests on me. Shot me over here to this imaging thing, and I think it was an MRI, and they did a what do you call where they check. They put the jelly on you, and they check, and they said, you've got some blockage in those arteries. Well, duh, I guess, because I used to smoke back in the day. Smoking and drinking, guys, will do this to you, okay? So just a little heads up out there. For all you little squirrely monkeys that think you're bulletproof and you're Superman, yeah. Something to think about. Smoking is completely stupid, and but back in the day when I was doing it, everybody was doing it. You had the Rat Pack, right? You had Frank Sinatra, you had Dean Martin, Sammy Davis. All of them were the big time, you know, and everybody kind of did all that stuff because they were doing it, right? Yeah. Not too swift, but it is what it is. And drinking will do it too. And so anyway, went that whole night. They kept me overnight. The next day they released me, and they said, you're not having a stroke. you're fine right now, but you do have some blockage. We want you to keep an eye on that every year, have it rechecked. So the next year I did, and they said, you need to go see a cardiologist. So I went to see a cardiologist. And I think it was another 6 months. He said, we're going to do another one on you, check you. Then I got, it was like 85% blocked and 80% blocked. Time to operate. So there's how we got to where we're at. So yeah, I've been going through about a month now of basically, I would say a Freddy Krueger nightmare on Elm Street, okay? Going through those procedures, everything. I about thought any time Freddy was going to come through the drywall with the chainsaw and try to get to my neck. Not quite that dramatic, but you get the picture. You get the picture. These incisions are, I mean, brutal. And this one here, the only way I could sleep was in a recliner with an ice bag wrapped with towel wrap and stuck up here, leaning against pillows to get some of the trauma relief. I mean, they gave you pain pills and stuff, but I don't like taking all that junk. So if I can get away with an ice pack or something like that, I would do it, you know. So that's where old Steveo's been. It's 56 degrees today. Yesterday it was up there 70 plus. And I said, I got to go out back. Where are you going, Miss Daisy says. I said, I'm going out back to feed bees. She said, you ain't supposed to be doing. I said, long as I got a 10-pound limit, they told me. 10-pound limit. I have a cane I walk with because I got a left side deficit. Because this operation went great. This operation, I had 2 strokes while I was on the cutting table. 2. I woke up from the surgery, guys. I had a nurse's face this far from my face. And she says, Steve, wake up, wake up. I said, what? What? You gave us a hell of a scare in there. And I said, why in the hell would I do that? And then she said, because you had 2, not one guy, 2 strokes while you were on the operating table. And she said, I said, what? You know, I'm still trying to wake up from this, you know, knockout drugs. And she said they're mild strokes, but we noticed your left hand wasn't responding very well. She noticed sooner said that, guys, and I pulled my hand up. My hand was kind of like this in a claw. And I'm looking at my hand, I'm going, let's make that work. And I started closing down like this. And it was real stiff like. Your brain is not telling your hand to move when you have strokes. But what I've got, guys, is I had 2 mild strokes. I have a left side deficit. It does tweak with memory, tweaks your memory. But they said what I've got is totally, I will recover 100% from this. Even in rehab, I had a 14 days. I was in that hellhole for 14 days. You're not going anywhere. The hospital doctor came in, and he said, how's it going? Cheerfully. I said, this is Nightmare on Elm Street. Because you got people, guys, over there coming in from operations, whatever's, crying, barfing, gagging, coughing. You listen to that, you can't get sleep. You cannot get, I didn't sleep, guys, for 14 days. It was just quickie cat naps here or there. You ain't gonna sleep, no. But this cheery doctor said, how's it going? I said, I said, did you ever see, sir, the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? No. I said, it was Jack Nicholson played the part. And it was a crazy nut farm. And I am right now playing the part of Jack Nicholson, okay? And he goes, I can just imagine, he said. That's all he said. I can just imagine. Holy shizzit, guys. Unreal. So they kept me for 14 days, I think it was, doing rehab. You got occupational therapy, you've got physical therapy, speech therapy. The speech therapy, they do these silly little games, but it's to reconnect. They're silly games, but they are necessary, because you have to reconnect pathways for memory, everything. And they noticed too, my PT guy noticed when he'd come over on this side, and I would try to look to the right, talking to him. I'd be over here looking to the right while I'm talking. He said, let me explain something to you. You have a left-sided deficit. And guess where I'm at? Guess where I'm at? I'm over here on your left. And you're not looking me in the face. So then when he said that, I cranked around. I'm looking in his face. So we're going to work on that. And he said, this is all fixable. Everything you got going on is fixable. All right? So anyway, we've been going through the rehab and all that. And now the home care, they sent it, Ivory was released the other day, Tuesday. And so we have a home care guy came, and they set up, they'll be setting up people for me coming in. This is going to go on for like 3 weeks. He claims, this head guy that was here, he says, you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go in 3 weeks. You'll be back to your normal activities. So my normal activities, of course, Martin texted me this morning. He said the cherry laurel is in full bloom, and these bees are cranking. So basically we are into full blown right now, and the drones are starting to show. Bee work. All right, do bee work. I got to make up nukes, and then I could do it all here at base camp, but I just got to shut down the entrances for 3 days until the bees don't remember where home is. And then you open it on the third morning and let them fly. But I would like to get them to my other locations. So anyway, we're working on that. And I wanted to get this video out. This is the only opportunity I had to get out here and do this here in my 99 Ford Ranger office, which, you know, I do a lot of videos in this office. So anyway, before I left, I dumped 50 pounds of corn out here. I told Miss Daisy, keep an eye on it. That'll give me some entertainment when I get back, watching the critters come to eat this cracked corn. And then while I was gone, her and her girlfriend dumped another bag. And so the deer started coming in, but I haven't seen any deer yet. So I expect to see 6 raccoons sitting all over this feed pile, but I haven't seen anybody yet. So it's just a quick video, guys. Appreciate the prayers. I'll recover. Old Steveo's a tough sumbitch. He'll get back in them bees. We'll get her going. It just takes time. I'm going to have to go slow. They had me work on about 3 weeks. I'll get out. Maybe Miss Daisy can take me to I'll be running the truck up and down, getting the mail out of the mailbox, and maybe take me to a Walmart somewhere where I can drive around, practice parking and driving. But I got to get released, and the guy that cut me, I got to get approval from him. He makes the last call. But this guy, John, that came today, he reports to my surgeon. So I would have thought they would have had more safeguards in place. But apparently this operation, even if they do the stents, my primary sent me to a stent guy. And they were explaining stents, and I'm trying to comprehend stuffing a Chinese finger. They can do it through your wrist, of all things. The size of a stent, how you can get that in a wrist, I'm thinking, whatever. Or they can go up through your groin and that artery and crawl around all over the place. I didn't like the idea. That's why I went with open cut. And then I went online looking and seen the operation. I said, well, that looks traumatic, but seems like the way to go. But even with that, the first one over here went fine. Everything went great. But over here, particles broke off and went into the brain. And when that happens, they obviously can be very microscopic to blockage. Guys, they had opened this up, taken out, cleaned the carotid artery garbage out, sewn me back up. Then I had 2 strokes. What did they do? Opened it back up, went back in there fishing around, trying to find a blockage. Couldn't find it. Anyway, like I said, it is what it is. We just have to move on, get healed up with prayer and hard work, and get back in the field. Keep on working. You want to keep on working, guys, to the friggin' end. Whatever that end is. The only one that's going to know that is the man. So that's it. Things are happening. God bless Mr. Trump. They keep hammering on him, but he's getting her done. You gotta love it. He's gonna pull us through this stuff and make this country great again. So we gotta back him, 110%. That's it for today, guys. See you soon. I'll keep you posted. We'll get in some bees. And I got to get some beetle barns in these hives out here. I have a 10-pound weight limit, so I can take gallon jugs, which, water, hot water out to make feed. They're less than 10, so I got that covered. I'm mixing 4 pounds of sugar to 3 gallons of water with 4 drops of tea tree in there. That's my feed they're on. But today is 56 degrees. And the sun is not out. But yesterday they almost sucked 2 quarts down out there yesterday. And I put those in around 10 o'clock. But so far today, I don't even think they're working the feeder. But that's okay. Going to be really cold. We got some wind chill of 30-something coming through Florida here tonight. And into tomorrow, it's going to be a cold morning. But anyway, that's what's going on. Glad everyone is well. Glad I'm getting well. And we're going to get her done. I'm going to see you on the next one. Be happy, be strong. We're going to keep getting it on. See ya.